That was great. Thank you, Sina, for that deep dive into the mechanism and for going into all those plasma proteins for us. So I had a quick question. So Dr. Laska talked to us about platelet dosing as critical, and then you just talked to us about the monocytes and their role and their interaction with the platelets. So can you talk to us a little bit about platelet to monocyte ratio and are monocytes taking over? Like what's going to factor in? More importantly, as far as dosing, do you think?
Yeah, even in the PRP, the dosing conversation has been started very, very recently. And before, we mostly talked about the concentration factor, which is not a precise way to define the actual properties of the PRP. We have the same condition with the monocyte. Actually, we try to get the benefit of the leukocyte specifically, not just as one umbrella for the leukocyte. We are going to divide them as a leukocyte, monocyte, neutrophil, or lymphocyte. There is no evidence in the literature how much monocyte is enough, how much monocyte we need to have in our PRP system. And still, we don't have any standard scale for calling the bioformulation as monocyte rich or neutrophil rich or leukocyte poor or rich based on the percentage of each of them. So there is only one study actually showed not in the PRP system, just polymononuclear cells as a standalone modality, and they showed if we deliver between 70 to 120 million polymononuclear cells. It could be monocyte, lymphocyte, and dendritic cell. We could get significant, significantly better outcome for knee osteoarthritis in 4 ml biologics. But rather than that, we don't have any data, and we need eventually start designing the studies to compare the different deliverable because we have in our body a range and it's very wide, 2% to 8% monocyte.
Absolutely. So let's look into our chat for questions from our participants. So Dr. Lotsk, I think this is for you. For tendinopathy, is it better to do an iron tendon injection or peritendon injection?
I would just definitely say intratendinous, especially for an intrasubstance tear. Now, if you have a bursal sided tear, probably doesn't matter. You inject it right into the tendon; it's going to flow right out into the bursa. If you have a articular sided tear, also probably doesn't matter. It's going to flow out into the joint. So, uh, but if you don't know what you have and you're just injecting peritendinously, you could be missing an intrasubstance pathology. So if you're not sure, I would say you could do both, but the intratendinous will get you there no matter what. Uh, and one thing I wanted to touch on that you said, Sina, you did show a better way of doing the A2M and then resuspending the PRP in it. So it's basically like 100% A2M resuspended with the PRP, whereas I did a ratio. The reason I do the ratio is not for better outcomes, it's just for better data tracking. If we do 100% A2M, we can't analyze it in our counter. It's too thick and it'll cause an error. So we've realized if we do 1-to-1 ratio, we can still put a drop of that and count the platelets. But we'd have to come up with a different way of counting our platelets if we were going to do 100% A2M, or we'd have to get a different counter if you have a counter that works for that.
Thank you. And then, so we're running out of time, but we'll take one more question, and it's a request for a quick recap on how to select PRP versus PRP with A2M or PRP with monocytes or without A2M? I don't know if that can be a quick one, but as best as you can. Just,
I feel like we kind of already did that one. I thought that was
okay.
similar to the first
Oh,
question. We
did I miss that? Let's see. Could you talk about plasma? Wow. Okay.
So I
I'm
maybe Sina wants
sorry,
to take
if I
that.
just mention a point in 20 seconds regarding to the combination of the PRP with A2M and counting the cells. I agree 100% with Dr. Lotska, but a new cell counter is coming from them side, and we can offer that even for that rich, concentrated combination and biologics. We can count the cellular part very well, very precisely. And also one question regarding how we could actually select PRP for different condition or PRP with the A2M. The only things I would like to notice when you combine the A2M with the PRP, don't use the neutrophil-rich PRP. As long as you don't use the neutrophil-rich PRP in the combination, you are going to be safe side. We can get the benefit of neutrophil-rich for some specific indications, but if you want to combine with the A2M, don't use the neutrophil-rich.
okay. All right. So we do have a few more questions, but we've gone over time, unfortunately. I'm sorry we couldn't address everything this evening, but I just wanted to jump to the upcoming announcements I mentioned earlier. So we have a precision in medicine. EMSITE has a precision in medicine. Let me see if I can just share my screen quickly. We have a precision in medicine conference coming up on May 1st to 2nd. And it's going to focus on MSK ultrasound and bone marrow aspiration. We'll have Dr. Michael Meng, Dr. Randy Miller. For adipose harvesting, Dr. Michael Meng will focus on spine injections, Dr. Rowan Paul for nerve hydrodissection, and Dr. Irizarry Roman for bone marrow aspiration. So that's coming up. So please go to the Gulf Coast Biologics website to register. We also have ultrasound guided training by Leslie Asia, and that's on site at Gulf Coast Biologics in Fort Myers, and it's free ultrasound training. Let me mention that again, it's free, so please take advantage of that. Also go on the Gulf Coast Biologics website and register for that as well. And then finally, EMSITE has a new app. It's called the EMSITE Power Sales app. And you can use that for ordering. You can download it on your phone, use it for ordering. It also has a tool for doing calculations for platelet recoveries and things like that. So it will make life very easy for you. So we'll end right there. And I just want to thank everyone for being here, for participating. We've covered a lot this evening, and the conversation could have kept going. Unfortunately, we're out of time, but take homes here are dosing is key, precision ultrasound guidance is key. We want to use that monocyte rich PRP with A2M. That combined approach, as Dr. Lotska mentioned, does make a difference as far as timing with patient outcomes. And we appreciate your time and your questions. It's clinicians like you guys and your contributions that's going to continue to shape the landscape of orthobiologic medicine. And we really appreciate your participation and being here this evening. So hopefully we'll see you at the next webinar, which is coming up in a month. Check out the GCB website for more information. And once again, thanks for being here. Have a good evening.
Thank you for joining us in this session of EMSITE's webinar series. Stay tuned for our next episode as we continue uncovering the science behind precision biologics.